All right, everyone, here we go with the thank you reading for December 2025. I do these every month to thank anybody for giving me a nickel for anything I do around here, whether it's extended purchases or donations. Either one, whatever, or just chucking a wad of nickels at my house. Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Interesting pre-shuffle here for the thank you reading. Very specific audience, right? I've got an 8 of Pentacles. I mean, these kind of, we talk about nickels. I guess it's the 8 of nickels, right? I looked at this before I hit record. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass like, wow, he's amazing. He figured that out in 2 seconds. No, I didn't figure this out in 2 seconds. Your energy is the primary energy attached to this. There is somebody attached to you, and I'm going to read it in relation to them, but it's all about you, okay? It's tough to explain. That's why I had to look at it every over, under, sideways, down to try to figure out what the hell. Somebody has put in some work, done some work, whatever. Somebody wants to show you that they've changed. Just on the surface energy, somebody wants to show you that they're wise, they're a hermit, they're smart, they're, all of that kind of stuff. They still got a lot of work to do. But why is your energy attached to this? Because your opinion matters to them. You have the power here with whoever this person is. Almost like a child in a way. The other person being the child, not you. I suppose I should say almost like a parent. You have the ability to thwart a child's dream or encourage them a little bit. Even if it's a silly pipe dream, you still want them working on something and getting good at something. I'm going to be a famous flute player. Okay, great. Don't say no. No, you're not. That's not a job. Let them get good at flute. Let them go ahead and work for something. It's good. It's healthy. It's nice. Take it from a kid who had parents that discouraged like motherfucker. Trust me, it would have been nice to hear. If I liked the flute, it would have been nice. My point is here, your opinion really matters to this person in a big deal. You influence them on a high level. I don't know. I'm not sure if you should. I'm not sure if you know what to do. I think that might be why you're getting a reading here. Somebody's intent on showing you that they've changed. This feels like an ex, or it feels like it could be a family member. It could be it's somebody you had a falling out with, I would say, or somebody who values your opinion but you think they're a dumbass, or they think you think they're a dumbass. It could be that too. Some people are just paranoid like that, whether you think it or not, All right, let's go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate, but if the title brought you in here or you've given me a nickel for anything I do around here, this reading's obviously for you. It's timeless, though. I don't know when this is happening. The energy, usually I can tell if it's close. The energy bubbles either big or small kind of a thing. This is both at the same time. So for some of you, this is later in the year, later into next year. For others of you, this might be happening tomorrow, So it's a really wide mix. It really is. Let's see what the universe wants to tell you. Let's do it. Let's see where we go here. Let's see where we go. Somebody wants to show. That's the main message I get out of it. Somebody wants to show you they've changed, but it's all about you. I think that, which implies that they might make up the change. They might lie. I don't know. If you got into a fight with a friend because you like green and they don't like green, right? Don't like it. Don't like that color, right? So you split off. I don't want to talk to you. I don't talk to people that don't like green, and you cast them off, right? They may come back and say, I've thought about it, and now I kind of like green. It's that sort of, it's bullshit. They just value having you in the life, so they'll say whatever they need to say to get back in. It could be a little of that. We did have the 8 of Pentacles there. Let's be honest. All right, let's go. We should be just about done shuffling here sometime today, universe, please, maybe. I don't know. Bottom card is the Page of Pentacles. Somebody has learned some things. It's what I said around that 8 of Pentacles. They have put in some work. I'm not getting a big dark night of the soul here, but they have learned a thing or two. They've been watching you, spying on you. Yep, it's my biggest card, is spying. It's my student. They're nervous to talk to you. Yep, it's all here. Yeah, they're nervous to talk to you. Look at that. I just said it. Right? They're making a very cautious, nervous approach. But they're putting on their best green dress, right? Making themselves look all nice, getting the makeup on, right? I don't know. It's nice. Whatever. I don't know brands. I have no idea. Right? L'Oreal, Smash Mouth, or whatever. I have no fucking idea. Whatever it is, looks pretty good. It's all right. But it's all just, they're very nervous. There's a lot of nervous tension here. That'll be crossing the center card I pull. 7 cups. Okay. What's there? The 10 pentacles. And what's there? The fear. The 4 of pentacles. Absolutely. I mean, you got somebody jumping around like their head's on fire and their ass is catching. A little bit. This could be something. I want to tell you. I want to feel. I don't want to say this. I wanted this to go really nice. I wanted to have a rainbow unicorn reading, and I feel like somebody's life. Since you've not been in it, you had a falling out with whoever this is. If you haven't yet, you will. It's near future. I feel like your side of the energy feels like this energy used to take advantage of you. They're borrowing money, getting things from you. They got something from being associated with you. And now that you're gone, this person has realized that they don't have that anymore. They don't have as many options as they used to have. They feel held back. They feel hemmed in. Like I said, I just read the energy. I read it as I was shuffling. I told you about the color green. I like the color green. You don't like the color green. Well, let's just not be friends anymore. Fine. This person goes away. This green hater, right, goes away. And now they realize not having you in their life. They feel hemmed in. They don't have as many options. All of a sudden, they come back and they love green. Be careful about that. All right, that's all I'm saying. They are coming back. Randomly at the bottom of the light seer is the 6 of Cups. I didn't know that was there, and I got a golden retriever here, and I got one here. I think this may have happened a while ago, back when this dog was a puppy. It could be. I'm not sure, but all you got to do is catch my drift on this, and you'll be fine. People do this all the time. People are quick to cast people away, especially high vibrational people like you. People will cast you. Lower vibrational people will say, well, I don't need you then, I'm out of here. And when they realize they do, they will say anything to get back in. All right. All right, here we go. You know what? Let's go with the 10 of Pentacles first. Let's pull on the 10 of Pentacles here. This is someone who was in your life. They still are technically, but you gave this image on this card. Was brought to them by you. Okay, literally. All right, let's see. If this were a Sesame Street episode, it would be brought to you by the letter U. I'll tell you that right now, because you brought that. You did it. You bought the dog. You bought everything. Now they're having a hard time feeding the dog, provided you didn't take the dog in the first place. Again, you just have to catch my drift, right? I think my green analogy is perfect. Take it as it resonates. Apply it to something. Somebody you got a falling out with, or it's over a disagreement. You like one thing, they like another thing, or you feel like they were taking advantage of you. They felt like they weren't. Too fucking bad. That sounds like their problem. Bye-bye. Now they realize their options are limited. Big time. Really got to pinch those pennies now. Yeah, I bet you do. It could all be emotional too. It's cups or pentacles. Again, take it as it resonates. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. Is this going to be one of those readings where I got to shuffle my ass off? Yeah, you had a fight. 5 of Wands. They're going to make it out like it's no big deal, maybe. Maybe to you the fight was no big deal. It was no big deal for you to cast this person out. For them, it's a huge deal. For them, it's a big deal. But yeah, you had some kind of argument with this person. Fine. What's so tough? Yeah, you had some kind of argument with this. I mean, again, right there. Look what happened to their life after this argument. For you, you feel like geez, I'm watching this Steve reading. I'm trying to think of who this is. Oh, was it Janelle? Is he talking about Janelle? Steve, is he? You know, because that was a long time. It was no big deal. To this person, it was Kurt Cobain in pain as they thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and then looked at your picture. And now all of a sudden, they got Smash Mouth makeup on and fucking green dress and shit, or I don't know what it's called, whatever. I don't know. They got some kind of shit. It's nice. They smell good. All right, what's going on? Why's the Three Swords here? It's the King of Wands. It's the Burger King. It's the ego energy. It hurts. It hurts. It's somebody who thinks that they're the shit and is reliant on somebody else for their shit is not the shit. You understand what I'm saying? You know what's the shit? Independence. That's what's the shit. If you know, this is an energy that likes to pretend sometimes that it doesn't need anybody. But it always, well, not always, but it often does. That's kind of what it is. It's a moocher. It's somebody here who got a lot, got something from you. Now they feel bad. Now they want to come back. Now they're going to say anything they need to say. The King of Wands will make you believe anything is possible. Anything they need to say to get back in. Back to my green analogy. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, they're a big fan of green, yet they show up wearing a red shirt. A little suspicious? I don't know. You know? I mean, yes. What's the bridge? The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody here feels like now's the time to come back. Enough time has passed. They should be able to get their way back in here. Okay. All right. So what's going on? So this is them. I feel like your energy is attached to both of these. I wanted to assign one to the other, but I can't in good faith. Let's just pull on the Seven Cups. See which one comes out. You're going to come out one of these. I don't know which one. We'll let the energy decide. I mean, it is what it is. It's exactly what I said before I even started throwing cards, while I was shuffling. It's exactly what I said. You know, all of a sudden somebody likes green, yet they show up in a red shirt still. Pay attention is my point. Pay the fuck attention. People show you who they are. You know, I mean, you're coming back because we had this fight in the first place about red, and now you're telling me you love green. You could have at least shown up in a green shirt, you dumbass. You know, not even bright enough to help themselves, for God's sake. You know, all right, there's a lot of symbolism here, but that's what these cards are. They're mediums. It's a lot of information. This can be somebody very low level for you or somebody very high level. It could be a family member, a friend. It's likely an ex for a good number of you, right? If you're a Steve Love Tarot viewer, I'm sure you're of high value to this person. For a lot more than just a Mercedes, I'm sure. But Seven Cups, tell me about, this person feels, it's them. They feel blocked, man. They feel like you've got the high ground now. They feel like they can't do anything. Somebody feels distant from options they used to have. It's what I said. And they're very defensive about this. You know, they might be a person who likes to throw around money to impress people. Back when you were in their life, they were throwing around your money. You know, now that's run out. Now they can't. They can't look like the big man, so they want to come back. Again, just catch my drift. You don't have to take me literally. All right, what's going on here? I mean, this can play out a lot of ways. This could be a store trying to get you back. It could be. It's just energy. Same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways, you know. Who knows? What's going on here? What's on top? The Queen of Swords. And why is that here? The Page of Wands. And what's the bridge? The Eight of Swords. Yeah, somebody's a fucking mess here. The Eight of Swords is bookending the Seven of Cups here, these options. Somebody knows what they have to do, and they're going to try and glaze over it. They're going to try and make it seem like it's no big deal. I mean, I'll just paraphrase that energy. I've already said all that. It's there. You know, they know what they have to do. They've got a plan. It may not seem like it. I don't think this person's very bright. I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't just like, well, you just called my dad stupid. No, I mean, I get you. I'd call mine that. I figured out by the time I was 30, I figured out my parents, they never taught me shit. They were idiots, right? I mean, but hey, It happens. That's why we shouldn't put anybody on pedestals. We won't learn. But I mean, I just don't, again, the whole showing up in the red shirt to tell you they like green thing, I don't joke about anything that's not in the energy. It's kind of here. It's like if you want, I can say it's like they show up and say they want, it's like an ex that shows up and says they want you back, but they show up with a new chick with them. They show up with someone else or on their arm, right? Male or female, whatever. You know, it's a bit of that. It's like, you want me back? Well, who the fuck is that? Right? Oh, she ain't, you know, I mean, it's like, what? It doesn't make sense. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? This is going to be you. I think you're wise to be cautious here. You're wise to be miserly, to hold on to your money. You could take this person back and say, but the purse is closed, the bank is closed. You know, you could do that. You could test them and see. I don't know. Let's see what the cards have to say. Those are the energies that are there. You'd be wise to hold back. I have no idea. I was hoping I was going to give you a rainbow unicorn reading, but hey, you know, this is what you get. These are the energies. You go get rainbow unicorn readings anywhere. Most of that isn't very helpful. Positive stuff isn't very helpful. If I want secret information about, if I'm a nation and I want secret information about another country, so I send spies over to that country. I don't want the spies to come back and well, they have a great time at dinner time and they take a siesta and they have a terrific. I don't give a fuck about that. Tell me where the nukes are. Tell me tell me the bad stuff. I want to know what's under the rocks. I want to know what's hidden, right? I don't give a fuck about their siestas, you know. I mean, so on some level, it's nice to get a fluffy reading. And I'm sure there's some fluffiness in the energy. There is. It's a very positive month we're going into. But it's also nice to get a heads up, because for some of you, this hasn't happened yet. But you know damn well who I'm talking about. Tell you what, you might not want to admit it. A lot of times we don't. That's why I have to keep saying people show you who they are. Pay a fucking attention, right? If you go out to dinner with somebody like this and they treat you real nice, but they treat all the staff at the restaurant like piles of shit, that's your future. That's who they are. They're just putting on it's you they've got the mask on for, the niceness. All right, let's go. They're putting on their best behavior. Then after they get you, they start treating you like they treat the staff. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? What do we get? What do you got? Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody wants to start over and you are having none of it. Your spidey sense is going off. Nope. Whistle top. Fool. We call this sometimes the card of the miser. Misers are risk averse. They don't want to, you're not going to get a high risk investment out of a miser, right? They're not going to invest in the futures and things like that. You know, come on, the soybean futures are, I don't know about that, right? I know that sounds a little risky. This all feels a little risky to you. This all feels a little risky, and you're feeling a little more like that energy right there. Stay in that energy. Why is that here? The Knight of Wands. It's tempting. It's tempting. Right? It's very tempting. What's the bridge? The Queen of Cups. Because you do love this person. It's the most love I could pull from the deck. Which is why you're confused. What's I said? You're tied to both of them. I already said that. Now we see, because your primary energy came out here and their primary came out here, now we see you're confused. I can see why you're confused. These are bridging energies. The most love I can pull from the deck. So why am I holding back? Why am I listening to some talking hand on a video and holding back? Because your instincts know that the talking hand is right. It knows what it's talking about. I showed you, right? So you're a little bit confused, but there's nothing to be confused about. Don't get yourself all fucked up by overthinking it. Trust your instincts with this person. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. For some of you, this hasn't happened yet. But you got to trust your instincts here, all right? If somebody coming back to tell you they like green, and they wearing a red shirt, pay attention. Somebody coming back telling you they want to get back together again and they've changed, and then as soon as you say yes, or you'll think about it, they behave like they did in the past. Hey, can I get a 50 off you real quick? I got to get some gas. Right there you go. You know, I mean, ignore the obvious signs that will be around this. Your instincts are 100% correct here. Hold on to your money. Hold on to your heart. I don't think first time around you were much of this. I think this was mostly them. I think for you it was very minor with that Five of Wands that was crossing here. But it could be you this time if you put your hand in the meat grinder a second time. All right? Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Anything? One card, the crossing card. What do you want to tell my people? Yeah. All right. What do we get? What do you want to tell my people? One card, the crossing card. I like that we don't get a lot of rainbow unicorn readings especially for the thank you readings. You know, I mean, it's not useful information. It isn't. Let's see where we go. Is new love coming? Well, you'd like to start it over with this. It's possible. Let's find out. Is there anything besides this energy universe? Is there anything coming in from my people in the coming month or so? New love? They gonna meet somebody? Let's see. You already gave me a Queen of Cups and a Page of Cups. It's possible. But that was mostly in relation to this here, which I explained. But let's see. One card, the crossing card. I'm asking whatever it wants to tell you. Okay? Whatever it wants. It's not my call. There you go. There's the cards. You want me to look? All right, let's take the top one first for a change. I haven't looked at the bottom. I don't know what's there. It's where the Eight of Pentacles. It's where we started. And it's crossed by the Two of Wands. There is an opportunity. I said I wanted something different from this person. So you get an Eight of Pentacles too. Again, I said that pre-shuffle was all about you on some level. It is a little bit. This person wants to show you they've changed, sure. They're going to try and impress that upon you. But also there's a chance for you to move in a new direction here that you might miss out on. If you focus too much on yourself, try to turn your energies outward as much as possible in the coming, I would say 6 weeks or so. Okay? Try to turn your energies outward as much as possible. I say sometimes in the reading, keep your scanners peeled. You know, keep your scanners peeled. Try to turn your energies outward a little bit. Let's take a look. Let's see because there's opportunities. There's an Ace of Wands and there's a Star. You've manifested something. It's likely to show up. But I'm going to be honest with you with the way these energies are and what that means with the Eight of Pentacles there, which can sometimes mean we're distracted and all that kind of stuff. Something you've wanted, you've really, 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 really wanted. And as I said in the monthly overview, I believe in the extended, your energy is very memorable right now. People from the past are remembering you. The universe remembers you too. It remembers this, right? What did Bob Seger teach us back in the day? Bob Seger, I love him. Rock and roll never forgets, right? That's what he said. Well, the universe never forgets either. I'll tell you what. This is something you wanted showing up very quietly. So you'll need to be paying attention. Try to turn your energy outward as much as possible, all right? And again, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I've done my best. All right, again, this might be, as far as this red shirt person here, this might be future influence. Might not have happened yet for some of you. So bookmark the fucking reading. Or just pay attention. You know, I mean, you'd certainly know who might qualify as this, based on my description of it. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. And again, like I say every month, there's a whole playlist of these too. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, so be sure and check them out. You might be a month or two back. Who knows? Maybe a year. Again, like I always say, thank you for anybody who's given me a nickel for anything I do around here. It is much appreciated. Good luck.